Coach of the Jets, joins us now on the Michael Kay Show. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. Now, I always start off how you doing. So how are you doing? How do you handle this? This is not the way you plan the first 5 games to be 1-4. So what is going through Todd Bowles' head all day?
Well, it's not about we don't. Nobody wants to be 1-4. Obviously, we don't start out that way. We don't want to be that way, and you're not happy about being that way. Well, the games we lost in the fourth quarter after being in these ball games, and we got to be smarter about finding ways to win critical situations in the fourth quarter, whether it's stopping them on third down or converting the third down. But we got to be better at that because we do it right for 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter somehow there's a chink in the armor here or there, and we got to do a better job of straightening that out. But for me, I'm doing okay. I'm confident with our team. I know what we got. We need something to click and put it all together.
No, I do the pre and post with Greg Buttle, so we hear all the interviews. We hear everything before and after the game, and I'm hearing a lot of lack of communication, out of sync. And when you look at some of the big plays on defense, how much of that is coaching and how much of it is maybe the players just not being, for whatever reason, in the right mindset to do the right thing?
Well, we're in the boat together, whether we coach it right or wrong or whether they play it right or wrong, we're still in the boat together. And some of them things are just food barbs or good plays by the other team, but we understand what's coming and we know what's coming. And we cut down the volume, even though we gave up one yesterday, which we knew full well was coming. But we're in it together. There's no blame placed one way or the other. When we lose, everybody suffers, so we're suffering together.
Todd, you're looking at the season, and it seems like you guys get outplayed in the second half. Are you and your coaching staff not making the adjustments that the other team is? Because it's the same players coming out for the second half. It's just that you're not performing as well in the second half.
No, we're playing hard. We're not getting out coached and we're not getting out performed. We're just making critical errors at critical times.
Well, how much does that just drive you nuts, though?
Well, it drives you crazy while you're in the game and you think about it, and you go back and look at the film and you see it, and it gets even worse. But, again, it's a process. We got a lot of new guys on this team. We don't want it. We don't accept it. We don't like losing, and we can't stand it. And we're very much trying to fix the problem. It's just part of the business, and sometimes the ball bounces your way, but we got to get better and make sure it bounces our way.
Well, these critical mistakes are costing you games that you can't get back, Coach. So my question is, when do you start sitting guys and say, you know what, if you're not going to make the plays, if you're going to continue to make miscommunication errors, I got to put your butt on the bench?
Well, if you look at it, you see a bunch of guys playing in games that haven't played or in different positions that haven't played before, so everybody's playing. And it's a different guy every time. But there's some guys that have a one-time thing. There's some guys where it may occur here or there. But when it's time to sit guys, we don't have a problem sitting guys if we don't think they're good enough. But the backups got to be good enough as well.
Yeah, everybody's got to get a chance to play, especially with injury. But whether it's football, sports radio, or an accountant, if the same mistakes keep happening week after week, at some point do you come to the conclusion that that's who you are as a football team? And are you getting close to saying that, hey, this must be what we are, because 5 weeks and it hasn't changed?
In 5 weeks, we're a 1-4 team, and there's no doubt about that. We are what our record says we are, but we can be better than that. Luckily, we have some more games to go to turn that around, but right now, this is what we are. That doesn't mean we're down on ourselves. That doesn't mean that we can't turn it around, but right now, this is what we are.
Coach, you answered this question after the game, and I just want to know, sleeping on it, if you gave it a different thought. The 4th and 2, you're down 2 scores and you punt. You had not had a good defensive effort, just 1 3-and-out the whole game, I think, in 8 drives by the Steelers. If you would do it again, would you go for it there?
No, because if you look at the start of the second half, the defense got off the field 4 straight series. They might have got a first down or 2 in one of them where it wasn't 3-and-out, but they got off the field 4 straight series, and they were making them punt. And so I figured with the ball at midfield, if you're punting it down, we get them backed up. There were 7.5 minutes to go. We were down by a touchdown and possibly a field goal, having to go for 2 as opposed to just 2 touchdowns. So we figured we get the ball back at midfield, not wasting too much time since we were getting them off the field, and we didn't get them off the field.
Todd, I'm wondering, though, is that great faith in your defense, or you don't have much faith in your offense to pick up 2 yards in that spot?
Well, you look at the course of the game. It all depends on how the game is going. I mean, we didn't get a 3rd and 1 earlier. We didn't get a 3rd and 2 earlier. Well, the first drive, we had to settle for a field goal, and then we got stuck on a 3rd and 1 or 2 after our minus 35 or 36. So it's not like we were punching and cashing in on them. So if you didn't get the 3rd down, what makes me think you can get the 4th down, you got to be on a roll to kind of go for them things and make me feel better about gambling that type of way.